Greetings in the name of the Most High. Listen, people, this is for you so-called black conservatives, okay? I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Is that like an African American? If you're conservative, you're conservative. Why is it has to be black conservative? They don't use white or black Democrats. You see the difference? So once you call yourself a white conservative, a black conservative, I should say, there's a problem. Okay? You should just identify as a conservative. Okay? I would like to repeat the words from one Marcus Garvey. It's one aim, one God. So, I am not a conservative. I'm not a liberal. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. All that I know is what I see and hear. Okay? So, a lot of so-called white, black conservatives would allude to the fact that the party of Lincoln is the one that supported black people. Well, you have to look at it in a two-tier system. Okay? Yes, the Democrats promoted a lot of racist type policies. Okay? But Lincoln wasn't innocent either. Lincoln's words is that if I could save the Union and keep slavery, I would do it. So Lincoln's chief objective, his prime directive, was to save the Union. He didn't give a shit about black people. So when you get up there and teach your kids about the Emancipation Proclamation and Abraham Lincoln set the slaves free in 18 yada yada yada, that is fool's talk. Go read what he says. He says the slaves in the rebellious states, in the rebellious territories. So if you didn't rebel against the Union, yes, you could keep your slaves. Lincoln's prime directive was using the slaves in the rebel territories as cannon fodder. He was trying to start a slave rebellion in order to make it easier for the Union troops to sweep the South. He didn't care about the black lives in the rebel territory. You stupid black people. So you would read all of this nonsense. Oh, the abolitionists were Republicans and blah, blah, blah. Yes, that's fine. Fast forward to the sudden strategy. After those civil rights documents were signed, what happened? The party of Lincoln was no more, because Goldwater and the sudden strategy to recruit those racist Democrats to the Republican Party, it worked. It worked so much that I think LBJ privately said the Democrats has lost the South forever when he signed that civil rights document. And now we got so-called black Republicans. It's a hyphenated term, just like African Americans. You're a hyphen, you clowns, because everybody knows you're not fully integrated into the system to be called conservatives. You're a black conservative. You're a hyphen. You are living up to those applications. What applications? Check, look at the boxes that they make us check. Now, folks, I don't check no African American box. I am not a hyphen. So, if there isn't a black box that I'm proud of, I don't check any. So, go down the list. There's Asian Americans. There's Native. Imagine the first ones they make check a box says Native American and not American. So go down the box. Hispanic American, black or white, yada yada. No European American boxes to be checked. They only check one box, and that is white. So you can't check the conservative box. You have to check a black conservative box because you are a hyphen. What part of me would vote for the Republican Party? Tell me one policy that the Republican Party passed in the last 20 years that benefited us as a people. Look at the kaleidoscope of the Democratic Party. It's a possibility that we would have the first woman president in the history of this country, and she is black. I don't care about her being Indian. You see, you guys like to go to the revisionist history. Oh, the Democrats were the ones who promote slavery. Okay, so how come all of a sudden you don't go to the revisionist history that the racist Democrats, like you says, put into play the one-drop rule? All of a sudden the one-drop rule don't work on Kamala Harris. You guys are clowns. You're deficient in your mental capacity. I think, and I'm not sure, between slavery and the brutality that came about, I think brutality and pain could rewrite one's DNA. It can erase the warrior in us. It could erase that spirit of survival in us and turn us into cowards that you will cuddle up to the enemy. People call you names because of what you do. Now, I don't care if you're a conservative. I don't care of using the hyphenated term. Conservatism has nothing to do with racism. So if your party is outright racist, you see it and you hear it and you say nothing about it, you are a coon. You deserve that title. There's nothing wrong with being a conservative, whatever that means. I don't label myself. The day a Republican comes up with policies to address the poor, to address the needy in this country, and the Democrats don't do it, my vote automatically goes to the Republican side. This is who I am, a logical thinker. But I would not be a puppet. I would not be a fool. When you hear words come out of Donald Trump like, oh yes, the black people identify with me because now I have a mugshot or I have a criminal record. Are all black people criminals? You fucking black conservatives make me sick. Make me want to puke. You're supposed to repudiate statements like this. People are coming from shithole countries. Never one shithole country was named from Europe. His wife came from one, Slovenia or whatever. It's a shithole country in Europe too. His wife came from one. Never calling them out. All the ignorant stuff Donald Trump has done and said, you don't call them out. What Blacksit? You guys are .0000 something or negative .000 something in the black community. Thank God. Look at your convention. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little black people. You could count them on your fingers. Thank God. I am not a fool. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. I am an independent. Do the Democrats have racists in their ranks? Sure. You know what the difference of a Democrat being a racist and a Republican? The Democrat clown suit and dunce hat, that bedsheet and dunce hat, is in a closet somewhere being eaten by moths. So what's in your closet ain't my business. But the Republicans have been dry cleaning that bedsheet and dunce hat twice a week. Maybe at a Chinese laundry. Oh, God. Would the Chinese laundry be sued if they refuse to clean a KKK suit? I would like to see that case played out in court. I know you, so-called black conservative, you would dry clean the suit and spit shine the frickin' boot that been pushed up your ass. This is all it is. I have to quote from the great Robert Nesta Marley. This is one of my teachers, Marcus Garvey. All the revolutionaries. Robert Nesta Marley says, you're running and you're running away, but you can't run away from yourself. The chorus continues to say, why you can't find a place where you belong. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves could free our minds. Look, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people would tell me that I'm racist for the way I think. So, a black person of color cannot be racist. We could be prejudiced, however. My prejudices are not around a racial group. My prejudices are around stupidity. I don't like stupid people. My prejudices are around certain things, like food. So they would stereotype that black people like chicken and watermelon. Well, this black man has a prejudice towards chicken and watermelon. I prefer a good slice of fried fish, and I like mangoes. Nobody tells me how to think. And this is what you, so-called black conservatives, are thinking, that you're going to break the mold. That's fine. But you can't just break a mold and it's the only mold you have. You're a fool to break the only mold that you have. You have to have something else to replace that mold. The racist shit that the Republican Party spills, who in God's name, as a reasonable person, remember that's a court procedure that they use to judge you. A reasonable person. Who reasonable person would say, who reasonable black man would say the Republican Party have their best interests at heart? You guys are a minority in that party. A floundering minority too. Because we black people, although we do crazy shit, we're not stupid, man. You so-called black conservatives, go look at the role. Thank God Fiddler came around then. Maybe not, because he didn't try to escape. He said he was too old to do it. Look at the role Fiddler played. Fiddler was happy. He was happy to have his cabin with pine boards. And now and then he would drink the master's corn liquor. Because he didn't want to rattle, or he didn't want to lose what he got. Sometimes, if what you got is done through auspicious means, it's better you walk on that dirt floor, buddy. I don't know what conservatism is anyway. I don't know what liberalism is, because I'm a man that tried to follow what the gospel says. And a lot of people like to equate conservatism being godliness. And you guys are clowns to do that. Because if God was a conservative, he would not send his son to die for sinners like you and I. He is what he is, and that's all that matters to me. You guys are fools. You love being hyphens. Black conservative, black Republican. You can't even call yourself Republican. You can't even call yourself conservative. You enjoy being hyphens. Hyphens, hyphenated, means that you're not fully. You're a derivative of. Do we have, white liberals and black liberals? No. You guys want to equate us as liberals, even though I'm an independent, or Democrats. We don't have that in that party. This is the second time, potentially, thank God the United States, most of them have got past that skin color issue, not the Republicans. Don't tell me that the Republicans don't wallow in racism or pay no attention to racism. Well, Trump and his team didn't get that message. Why the focus on Kamala Harris' ethnicity if that's the case? You see how stupid you guys are? Why focus on Kamala Harris' ethnicity? Most recently, somebody, one of these stations, Fox and Newsmax, they don't learn. They started a rumor that a Venezuelan gang took over some apartment building in Colorado. The police went out, they investigated. It's lies. Do you know these people were getting death threats and all that stuff? This type of behavior is freaking dangerous, man. This type of behavior is dangerous. This type of behavior is not coming from the so-called liberals. This type of behavior is coming from the party of Nazis. And I'm warning you, the original Nazis started the same thing. They started demonizing, those people were German citizens. They started demonizing them because of their ethnicity. They started burning books. Does that sound familiar? Burning books written by these people with a certain ethnicity. After the book burning, they started breaking glass. It's known as the night of broken glass. I forgot the German word used. And soon as they desensitized the German people enough, oh, God help us, the bodies, the human beings replaced the books in the fire. You guys are playing with it. You Latinos who vote Republican, you gonna have a night of broken tacos soon. You see, we as a people, we always been in the crosshairs. Look at all that was done to dismantle all the progress that black people has made in this country. So it's nothing new for us. You gonna have a night of broken tacos, Latinos. Keep playing with it. The black people that support this Republican Party is a minority, because we know and we see and we hear what is coming out of the mouths of the leadership. You Latinos, because some of you could hide your accent and check the white box, you want to align yourself with these racists. Don't worry. You're going to have a night of tacos, of broken tacos, just like happened to the Jewish people with the broken glass. You're going to have a night of broken tacos. You're putting down roots in this country. Continue effing around with this party of Nazis.